All right. All right. We are live. We're going to try this again. We're going to try this again. How is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing today? I'm having a I am having a great day, but I am now off to a rough start because this is attempt number 2 on the live stream. Probably attempt number 3 on the live stream. Having difficulties. So I'm going to pretend as though I have not already gotten everything kicked off, and I'm going to run through all of my stuff for today. First up, today we are talking about progress without proof. So one of the things that I've been going over a lot on my live streams and talking to people about lately is putting your content out there. A lot of people have been asking me about live streaming, collaborations with live streaming, posting shorts, how to get certain shots. So I've been talking with people a lot in the community about getting into posting your flipping content in social media. But today, what I want to talk about is the people who don't, the people who keep their flipping to themselves, the people who don't drop clips of their wins or their funny moments. Um, because we've kind of covered the fact you can't really, there is no wrong way to flip. There is no prerequisite that if you have a Balisong, that means that you have to, post X number of shorts on a regular basis. Um, you can flip for yourself, and that's what a lot of people out there do. A lot of flippers out there enjoy consuming the content, enjoy doing the flipping, but don't really want to put their stuff out there for others. They just want to do it for them. And again, there's really no wrong way to flip. So what's going on, Samuel? How are we doing today? How are we doing today? Welcome to the weekend, my friend. Welcome to the weekend. So yeah, yep, I did get a new haircut. That is true. A couple of them off the top. So we'll jump right into the administrative stuff before we get into today's chat. Want to call out and share a couple celebrations that I've seen in the community. Grim Flips, I have seen hit her 50 subs, which is amazing. Youngblood just yesterday hit their 200 subs. Just Old Bap, either this week or maybe at the tail end of last week, uh, hit their 1,000 subs, which is absolutely amazing. And also, low key shout out to myself. Just this week, I hit 100 subs, which is wild. I can't imagine 100 people actively choosing to be notified in some way, shape, or form every time I put some sort of content out there. I've never viewed myself as that important, but it's really cool. It's really cool. Um, that's right. Spark Flips just got monetized. Yeah. So again, I mean, what else are you guys hearing or seeing going on in the community that is worth celebrating, worth calling out for everybody? It's really cool. The other thing that I wanted to call out, and I don't know, Samuel, you may actually be a good person to ask on this because I don't know if I'm just noticing it, if I'm more tuned into it because I've been doing the live streaming. But I noticed this week that Balisong live streaming has just gone bonkers. It seems like everybody this week has been live streaming Balisong content. And when I say everybody, I mean Ghost Flipping. Obviously, that's their MO and they're back. So they've been doing it. Ghost Bally's has been live streaming their Balisong content. Hamster Balisong was live streaming earlier this week, and I think talking to some Germans in chat. Grim Flips has streamed multiple occasions this last week. I just saw Lycan Blades had a live stream yesterday. Talking to him on the live stream was really cool. Spark Flips has been live streaming, and then Samuel, you too. That is a ridiculous number of live streamers this week. Whereas before, Samuel, I think you were the only pretty regular streamer that I've been seeing doing Balisong content. So Yeah, I wanted to call that out. That's really cool. Don't know if I'm just noticing it because I've been putting my streams out there, or if it really is like a trend that seems to be picking up speed. But either way, I think it's neat. I love watching Balisong content, and I love watching live streams because it gives you the opportunity to drop in on the chat, ask some questions, and get to know who you're talking to. So that's really cool. Let's see, what do we got going in the chat? That is so true. Ghost is back. Ghost Bally's is streaming. Grim Flips is streaming. Youngblood is streaming. Spark Flips actually streamed. And now you, yes, sir. That is where my excitement is at. I saw Acid Works live streamed, not for very long, but like last weekend, did a quick live stream on Instagram, and that gave me an opportunity to drop in there, drop into chat, and talk to him, get a little bit of insight into the Balisong community. It's really cool. So the other thing that I wanted to bring everybody's attention to is if you go to my channel and you go over to my posts, I did put a post out there earlier in the week that kind of gives everybody a rundown of how I started learning Balisong tricks, what I learned, in what order, where I got it from. Because people have reached out to me in the community and asked me, hey, I'm just getting into this. I like your content. I enjoy your flipping style, which is weird because I don't think that I even have a style yet. But people have been asking me, hey, how did you do it? How did you learn? Where did you get your intro into this community? So I put a post out there that kind of tells you where I got my content from, what order I learned what things in. It is structured, but it is not. Uh, it is not the law of the land. I personally skipped around a little bit. I didn't do it. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, you'll notice stage one has the shortstop in there, and I still am not doing the shortstop. Um, all right, so let's chat. Today we are talking about progress without proof. So in the chats, in the live streams, I've been talking to everybody about what content you should post out there, what way you should think about what you're posting, if you should post, if it's going to put quality content out there that somebody's going to want to watch. But what I haven't really been talking about is not posting. The fact that not everybody does, not everybody wants to. Not everybody is interested in putting their content out there. Some people just like to flip because that's them. That's what they like to do. They don't want to be critiqued by the internet. They just want to hold on to a Balisong and flip it around to keep their mind going. And there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with keeping your flipping to yourself. Um, uh, by not dropping videos and shorts of your hits, of your wins, of your successes, you're not really doing anything wrong. You're still just as much a part of the Balisong community than those who are getting over 100,000 views and 50,000 likes. Just because you're not posting your stuff out there does not make you any less a part of the community, which is a really important thing for people to understand. The way that you can interact with the Balisong community is just so fluid. You can drop you can interact with the Instagram side of the Balisong community. You can interact with the YouTube side of the Balisong community. Those two sides do have, from my opinion, a distinctively different feel. Um, you can post shorts, you can post long, you can not post anything. You can just watch other people's content and support them. Supporting other people, enjoying other people's content, that is still a way to support the community. Every like, every subscribe, every repost, all of those things that you guys do out there, those are ways that you're supporting other Balisong flippers. And it's great. It's amazing that we have the ability to support each other in such an easy way as just clicking a single button. It's almost more of an effort to ignore uh, somebody that you see out there flipping than it is to just give them props for what they're doing. Give them a like, drop them a DM and let them know that you like what it is that they're doing, or that you appreciate the fact that they're supporting your stuff. I have some people on my Instagram that no matter what it is that I'm posting, no matter what it is that I am putting out there, there are some people on my Instagram that just like or repost every single thing that I put out there. They don't reach out to me. They don't really put anything out of their own sometimes, but they support me. And when I see stuff like that, I reach out and I thank them for it, because that is a way to interact with the community. And I think it goes unnoticed sometimes. That support uh, layer of the community is really, really cool. It's just like these live streams. I don't stream to 1,000 people. I stream to a handful of people. Sometimes I don't stream to anybody, and that's not so much a community experience. But when I have one person, two people, four people in the chat who are listening to me and interacting in the chat, that's the creation of some dialogue within the community. Where right now nobody's flipping. A Balisong is not even a part of this dynamic at the moment. But we're still a part of the Balisong community, supporting each other, and I think it's really, really neat. So sometimes not posting your stuff is the way to go. Some people can struggle with social media for a couple different reasons, but social media, I have noticed, uh, can have an effect on the way that we perceive the things that we love. And what I mean by that is flipping a Balisong. If I'm flipping a Balisong because I love doing it, and I'm posting content about flipping Balisongs because I like doing it, that's great. But if I'm flipping because it's Thursday and I only have 2 more days before I get that video out and I'm really stressing about it, I'm not flipping for the flipping anymore. I have allowed for the hobby to take over my enjoyment. And the big thing for me is everybody needs to love what they do and do the things that they love. So, don't feel like in order to do this and in order to do this correctly, you have to post stuff out there. You definitely don't. Some social media can have an adverse effect on those things that we love. It can have a positive effect too, though. Case in point, this right here. I'm streaming. This is social media. Y'all are interacting in the chat. This is a positive interaction. It really all depends on how you go into the posting. But for those that don't, it's you can't practice wrong. You can't flip wrong. You can't be in the Balisong community and be doing it wrong. Even with me doing live streams now, I still feel the pressure to post my positive talking videos. I haven't done that in a bit because I really feel comfortable with the live streaming. But if you do go out there, if you do look at my older videos, you'll see a lot of voiceover or a lot of me standing back here, flipping a Balisong, reading a script off of the television, talking about positive things like going outside of your comfort zone, thinking outside the box, being more compassionate to those around you. I still feel the pressure to record those videos, to put those videos out there, because really that positive message, and wanting to put that positive message out there, that's really what got me started in the YouTube content space in the first place. And I've actually transitioned away from that video creation altogether and have moved to live streaming. So even with me, who is telling you, you can't do this wrong, you don't have to post, you can flip for you in the comfort of your own home. Don't let it stress you out. And I still get stressed out about it because while I'm doing this and I love it, I still have a voice in the back of my head saying, yeah, but you really want to put those videos out there. You hate editing, but you should do it because those videos should be out there for people to see. So, all right, what do we have in the chat? I love your streams. I'm happy I can watch one live. I am so happy that you were able to make it too. I know that you have been trying to hop on them, trying to catch them, and the timing just hasn't been right. And but you have come back. You have watched the streams after the fact, and I really appreciate that. I can't stress enough to everybody out there who watches my stuff, whether it be live or whether it's after the fact. I can't stress enough how cool it is that you guys are out there, or out here with me, interacting in real time after the fact. It's amazing. What's going on, Jack Pyro? What is good? Everything you name it, it is good. We are living the dream out here, my friend. Um, so let's see. I always do great content, always 100%. Thank you so much. You are, in all honesty, one of the goats out there. It's amazing seeing you guys interact with my content, interact in the chats, the whole thing. It's absolutely awesome. So, flipping is like that though. With regards to stressing yourself out, getting in your own head. Flipping can be like that. And this coming from somebody who hasn't been doing it for all that long. But, just because you're not posting, just because you may, want to take a step back and not have your stuff out there, maybe you've never done it. Maybe you need to take a break, whatever the case may be, just because you're not putting your stuff out there, you're still going to do it right. You can't, I said it probably 20 times so far in this stream, you can't flip wrong and you can't be a part of the community incorrectly. Flipping is not an obligation or a chore. If it ever becomes an obligation, if it ever becomes a chore, if you're ever doing it just because everybody expects it of you, that's when you're doing it wrong. That's when it becomes borderline toxic. So just my big thing is everybody's got to do you, and you got to do you at your own pace, and nobody can tell you what that pace is or what that looks like. Let's go to the chat here for a second. I have always been embarrassed to show my flipping or my floppy flipping, but after 2 days with a personal coach, I finally started sharing my videos, stepping out of my comfort zone. Seriously, have you posted something yet? I have been keeping an eye out to see if any of your videos start making their way out there. I have not seen them yet, but if you are, I am most assuredly going to be finding it. Okay, not publicly yet. Okay, cool. No pressure. Take your time, but whenever you do, drop me a note so I can go out there and I can take a look. I should get notified because I have the bells turned on for all of my flipping content creators out there. You are one of them. But either way, if you do start putting your stuff out there, let me know and I'll definitely watch. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off here? So I didn't just so here's the thing. I didn't just put myself out there in the community this week by streaming and posting my views and shorts. One of the big ways that I try to support the community is I interact with people. I reach out to people and I talk to them. I let them know, if I think that what they're doing is really awesome. I ask them, questions on, hey, how did you do that thing? Or how long have you been flipping? Basically, I try to find the person in the flipper and I want to connect with them. That's one of the ways this week that I've been reaching out and interacting with the community is by way of support. So you can interact with the community in a multitude of ways. Two of the largest and easiest ways is number one, content creation, which you can do, but today we're talking about not posting your content. So the other way is supporting everybody else, liking their stuff, watching their stuff. If you see somebody, doing something that, or saying something, negative about, somebody just coming in, jump in, say something nice, give that person the support, because there is toxicity, out there in the community. And all we can do is combat that with supporting everybody around us. So hopefully that comes across smoothly, makes sense. Honestly, the largest impact that I think that I have had on the community this week, um, wasn't my live streaming, and it wasn't my content posting. It was being present to help somebody else in the community feel like they were seen, valued, and appreciated. There are a lot of new flippers coming into the scene, or in comparison to me, old flippers just starting to post their own content. And that's really a scary thing. I've said it before. Every single time I go live on one of these live streams, I am panicking. My heart is racing. I feel like I am going to get sick, because it is very stressful and nerve wracking to put yourself out there. But put yourself out there. Some of us do, and one of the great ways that you can support, those smaller content creators is when you see them put their stuff out there, comment on it, give them a like, because as someone who does put a video out there and only gets like 50 views, getting those pieces of feedback from the community saying, "Hey, I see you. I see what you're doing. It's really neat. I appreciate you." Those things are really cool. Those things are really cool. Okay, I'm missing some stuff in the chat. I am sorry, I'm getting away from myself. So, so you haven't posted publicly yet. You do appreciate the support, though. That is great. Jack Pyro says it gets better over time. I can tell you that for sure. I agree. It is actually really crazy. Like I said, I've only been live streaming for about and I apologize. I'm a rambler. I keep putting the knives down and just posting up and talking. I'm all over the place. But crap, what was I just going to say? One of the things I've noticed, I've only been doing this for about a week now, a little over a week, um, and I am more comfortable live streaming now. Now that I've been doing it, once I get over that hurdle of hitting start record, and I have somebody in the chat, I'm golden. It's like I'm in a living room with a bunch of friends just flipping Balisongs, talking shop. It's really 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 cool. But yeah, it does get better. I still get stressed out before I hit go live, but once it starts, it seems really really smooth. And then after the fact, what's really weird is during the live streams, I really psych myself out, and I'm sure that it's always going poorly, and that I'm going to delete it after the fact. And after the fact, I watch it, and it's like, you know what, that actually wasn't too bad. I would personally sit down and watch that, if I had nothing else to watch. So I leave it out there. It's really cool. Um, on top of the fact that I'm actually getting more comfortable interacting with other people, because I'm socially awkward and socially anxious in the real world. Right now, it's just me talking to you, which is a camera. Nobody else really is here, so I'm super comfortable in this circumstance. But what I've been noticing is, since I've been live streaming, when I run meetings at work, in my own personal life, I'm much more comfortable. I feel much more natural and well put together. It's very very weird how this social thing works when you actually start doing it. Let's see. Jack Pyro says the only thing I get panicky from anymore is from Bally Comp. Yeah, okay, I totally understand there. That's a lot of pressure, and even that's calming down for me. Having an audience in general is scary until you're either more familiar with the audience or more comfortable with being in front of the crowds. That's true. Yeah. One of the things that one of my old bosses had told me when I was coming up in the IT world, and trying to figure out, how do you become confident? Where does that confidence come from? I don't like the fake it till you make it mindset. I mean, there's value there, but that's not confidence. That's just putting on a facade. And the feedback that I got was, know your uh, your content. So for me in the Balisong community, I can feel much more comfortable and confident with what I'm saying and when I'm interacting with people, especially people like you, Jack Pyro, who's been in the community for a while. I don't feel super dumb when I'm interacting with people because I have, studied what's going on in the Balisong um, world. So when I talk Balisong, I don't I'm not just talking out of my rear end. Let's see. Okay, what's going on? Yo, Jack Pyro, big fan. Having Jack in here is actually like the highlight of the stream. Um, Not just having Jack in here though. I was actually talking to Jack yesterday and telling Jack that you guys in stream are unequivocally the reason why I'm able to do what I do. You guys are peak. So anybody coming in, interacting, just so you guys know, you guys run this show. I really appreciate it. I'm here for the ride. All right, so I skipped a bunch of stuff. Let's see. So, real or Reef Blip says, Pyro, you are a big influence. Yep, a lot of people out there in the community that just help um, everybody else feel like you can be seen, and again, that's the whole thing with my whole "you can't flip wrong." It doesn't matter if you're Jack Pyro or if you're 24 Scott. Doesn't matter if you have tens of thousands of followers or if you have 70. You do you, and you do it the best that you can. And at the end of the day, you can't ask for more. And you'll have found yourself surrounded by the most amazing people in the world. So long as you do that, so long as you're authentic with you and you're authentic with those around you, that means those around you are choosing you because of the things that make you unique. So anyway, um, Shroom Flip says, hi, what's going on, Shroom Flips? Don't say that. Jack is crying. I apologize. You are king. Um, so true. I'm a random nobody. All of us are, man. That's really the thing. And that's I was talking with Grim Flips about it yesterday on her stream. It's just so cool that you can reach out to anybody in this community. You can reach out to the knife makers. You can just yesterday uh, we reached out to who was it? Zippy, I want to say, asking questions about dying G10. All right, let's see. I'm missing stuff in the chat. So getting back to that. So it's really amazing that in the Balisong community, you can drop in on a knife maker's stream and be one of the five people chatting with them. It's super amazing. Um, let's see. Shroom Flip says, "Oh, Jack Pyro taught me." Reef Blip says, "Jack Pyro taught me what tech is, non-ironically." We've been talking a lot about tech flipping on some of my more recent streams. Tech flipping is where it's at for a lot of people. I like it. I appreciate it. I I'm a big fan of slow, methodical, like being able to see what people are doing with the balisong in their hand. That's key for me. I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's for so Shroom Flips is asking what's tech. I am going to give a very rudimentary explanation of what tech is versus, I'll say, regular flipping. Regular flipping is your general run-of-the-mill rollovers, twirls, fans, just stuff, just your regular flowy flipping. Tech flipping is the stuff that tech stands for, I think, technical. So it's much more of the very intricate, very you have to be really good, really proficient with flipping and what you're doing to be a tech flipper. So, Jack, as far as I'm aware, Jack Pyro is a prime example, of a tech flipper having those technical skills to do the thing. Let's see, what else are we having in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm loving the chat right now. So this might be a longer stream. I have a lot of talking points to cover in today's chat, but I don't want to spoil it, and I don't want to rush it. So I'm comfortable right now, not feeling any nerves, and you guys in the chat are amazing. So let's do this nice and slow and steady. Let's see. So what's tech? No, that was OTO. He's John Tech. I I trust you. I not following. I like that OTO Odo guy. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up Odo. Odo is freaking smooth, which I'm assuming is a good thing. The only people that are like impossible to reach out to are the OGs. Okay. Um, yeah, and in all honesty, I don't even know who the OGs are. But so far, I've said it before. So far, everybody that I've reached out to, except maybe one or two people, have reached back out to me. Usually, really quickly. It's amazing. This is a very accessible um, and approachable community. Again, if you find the right people, I'm sure, just like in other communities, there, like I said, there I'm sure is some toxicity out there. There's some drama. There's some of the not fun stuff. But if any of you want to refrain from all of that, hang out with me. I keep it very low key with the positive vibes. Wait, what's in the enclosure behind you? That, my friends, is a boa constrictor. She is a 7 foot long sun glow, which means she is albino and some other trait that means that she doesn't have pigment in her skin. So she is super albino, basically. Yellow with very subtle orange patternings. She's really neat. You'll never see her. She stays under the substrate. She never comes out. Let's see. Basic OSI video for me, Pyro. Pyro says the term you were looking for was conventional flipping. Thank you. Just to let you know, but you were right on the definition of being basics of traditional flipping, fans, rollovers, aerials. Tech is a wide range umbrella term that encompasses a lot of stuff. Spine grabs are the foundation of what's becoming modern day tech. Started off with flippers like Ryloth, Moyes, and Matthew Brotherton. And for those out there, Jack, jump in the chat and correct if I'm wrong. For those in the chat who don't know, I believe what Jack is saying with regards to spine grab is when you are holding it like that. So that's a spine grab. Shroom Flip says, yo, that's a beautiful morph. Oh my God, whoa, I want to see her in, if you have pictures. Yeah, cool. I will, I haven't thought about that. I know a lot of people are off-put by snakes and spiders and those sorts of things. So I don't really want to push stuff out there that may cause people, again, I deal with panic attacks. I don't want to cause any. But yeah, I will, one way or another, maybe I'll put a post out there of my animals. If you go out to my Instagram, I'm pretty sure I have a photo of my snake out there. Maybe not. Okay, let's see where, I think I've caught up on the chat. Let's get back to the message that we're talking through. Again, just to remind anybody, if people have dropped off and back on, what we're talking about is progress without proof. So we're not talking about posting your shorts. We're not talking about going live on Instagram, Twitch, or YouTube. We're talking about flipping in the comfort of your own home for you. You don't have to prove your worth to anybody. You have to ask yourself, why do I flip? What made me get into flipping? Is it just something to keep your hands busy? Is it the way to interact with the community? Maybe you could give a crap less about Balisongs and actual flipping. Maybe you don't have anybody to connect with. Maybe you don't have that community anywhere, and you've stumbled across the Balisong community, and these are your people. And maybe that's why you're here. Not because maybe you're a low key hater of Balisong flipping, but full cap lover of all of the flippers out there. You're still doing it right. That is okay. Okay, I think I'm caught up in the chat, but I also think I missed something in the chat. Let me scroll through real quick and then we'll keep it going. Let's see. Okay. Nope, I think I'm good. All right, and we are still caught up in chat. So let's see. Oh, I flip for me, but I'm straight called trash in my comments. Man, I'm sorry, Reef Blip. Number one, I'm glad that you are here. What I do, so that you're aware, everybody who comes in and joins my chats, basically, as soon as I know you do Balisong, I sub. So I'm going to find your stuff, and I will not call you trash. I assure you. Um, See, I don't think I guess it depends on so what, Reef Blip is saying is comments suck on YouTube. Let's unpackage that well, we can unpackage that, but we could also use it for today's message. Let's use it for today's message. Comments suck on YouTube. So, that is one of the benefits of not posting and just flipping for you and keeping your progress to yourself, and kind of protecting that. Because when you do post your stuff out there, you do run the risk of having that negative feedback, from, the community, or more likely, from somebody who isn't a part of the community. One of my Instagram posts that really blew up this week was from a previous stream I clipped out where I'm asking somebody, how do you carry your Balisong? Do you carry it with you on your person day in, day out? Or do you have a shelf at home and once a week you pull it off and get your flipping in for the week and then you set it up and go about your day? That's a question that to a flipper in the Balisong community is a logical question. Most people, I'm sure, are going to say, "I carry it," but not everybody. Some people are going to be like, you know, uh, no, I can't because of where I live, because of the municipality, because of the restrictions in my country. I can't carry, or I can only carry this, like just old BAP. If they're going out in public and want to flip, they have to carry one of their plastic balisongs. Their Squiddy B is their gold standard, but they can't carry around their aluminum ones, their titanium ones. Um, so where was I going with that? I totally lost my train of thought. But you just when you put your stuff out there, you do run the risk of getting that negative feedback from those in who aren't part of the community. That's where I was going, full circle. So I did that. How do you carry your balisong? I have gotten so many really, really I don't know. I don't want to say offensive, but not great responses back, indicating that I am a creeper because I carry a balisong. I am one of those people. So it's you can get negative feedback from people, in the community because you're new and they're mean. But you can also get feedback from people who aren't part of the community that are like, oh, you're one of those weird people, and that's okay. I mean, not everybody gets us, but we love each other, so that's cool. All right, I am way behind in chat. Let's catch up here. Bear with me. Tech Flipper says Jack is goat, and Jack says correct. Jack is goat. That's I took that out of context. Jack is far more humble than that. Was saying correct. That was a spine grab that I illustrated. Okay, so Reef Flip says I flip. Okay, we already covered this. Comment suck in YouTube. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Uh, couldn't have said it better myself. Shroom flips. Um, sometimes we just got to pull out our inner panda, and love the trash. I love, just like I don't think that there's a bad Balisong. If it can flip, if it can technically flip, I will flip it and I will enjoy it. Case in point is my Flytanium UFO. I cannot flip this thing to save my life. I love rollovers, and this thing twists in my hand when I try to do rollovers because this part right here is just so thin. It always it's a struggle. Uh, Full stop. It is a struggle, but that's why I love flipping it, because I like flipping something that's unique. I like that it's different. That's what I like about the Balisong people. That's what's awesome about all of us weirdos is we're unique. That's why we love doing what we do, because what we do is unique. So one man's trash is another man's treasure. If you see somebody out there posting stuff and you think that I don't know. I wouldn't have posted it if that were me. That's kind of embarrassing. Like their stuff. I mean, you should. That because that is putting yourself out there. That is noteworthy. So as you see crappy stuff out there from flippers, like their stuff and tell them that they're doing a good job, because that's the only thing that we can do, is just support each other. All right. We got Steike says, I started flipping to help with anxiety, and somewhere along the way, it became a passion. Agreed. A lot of people I'm seeing, I'm sorry, I keep reading one comment and then I go into my diatribe. But a lot of people I'm learning are in the hobby because of anxiety or because of ADHD or because of some sort of perceived hindrance. And it's yeah, so it's just really cool. Everybody has a story. I like to ask people, what's your Bali story? What got you here? And some people are like, it's not worth telling. And I don't believe it. Everybody has a story worth telling. I'll get into mine at some point, but yeah, this is a great place to be. I just can't say that enough. Yeah, but I'm slow. Same. What is going on? Why not, Tony? 42. You know what's really cool is your entire name backwards is 24 Tony, and I'm 24 Scott. Means absolutely nothing, but my ADHD brain just held on to that. Shroom Flip says slow with a sloth. Jack Pyro says hi, Tony. Shroom Flip says, "Oh my God, hi Tony, I'm a huge fan. Holy language." Um, all right. So the thing is, Tony, I have seen your little icon there. I'm very familiar with you as a content creator. I have seen your uh, more recent ballet collection. But FYI, if you aren't familiar with me, I've only been in the community for about 6 months. So no offense, but all of you are just really awesome people to me. I don't have a whole lot of that fanfare. I mean, no disrespect to anyone. Hi, DJ Epstein Island Spiral. Don't know what that means, but um, Tony is calling out a lot of people in the chat, and that is awesome. Support everybody else. By popular ballet tuber and popular ballet tubers do not have good ideas about others. What do you mean, Reef? Yeah, yeah. Expand on that. It's cool to see, Nick. There is beef in the ballet tuber people from what I've seen. Interesting. Okay, so I am very anti-drama, so I may simply not be a privy to it, and I'm okay with that. Trash Panda, yes. Youngblood says, "Yo, what's up, Scott? Finally made it. So glad you're here, Youngblood. Today is a great day to be flipping, and the chat is on fire. So that is awesome. I got a lot of people with me today. This is really cool." IDK says hi. Youngblood says, "Yeah." Trash Panda. Ghost Bailey says hi. Congrats on the 100 subscribers. Thank you, Ghost Baileys. I really appreciate it. Congrats on all your stuff too. You're doing a lot of streaming of late, and I appreciate it. I'll actually, I was talking about it earlier. I'll circle back around to some celebrations, because I think now I have a couple more people on, some notable people in the community. So I want them to hear some of the celebrations that us uh, smaller folks are recognizing. Um, I'm sorry, Reef Blip says, "Man, you're awesome." Thank you. How am I awesome? What is it that I'm doing that makes me awesome? Best collection vid on YouTube. What is, Tony? I need to know, what is the best collection vid on YouTube? Um, let's see. Shroom Flip says, "Tony, give me a Bally, please." No, let's not ask people for free stuff. Not getting after you about it, but nuh-uh. Tony says, "Nuh-uh." I don't remember what I had said that nuh-uh applies for, but that is okay. All right. So Tony is my homie. I'm messing with him. All right. Again, I'm ignorant. I just talk. So where did I leave off as far as what we're talking about? Oh, I wanted to go back to some celebrations. So we have a bunch of heavy hitters in the chat. We got Jack Pyro, we got Tony. If there is anybody else, Shroom Flips, you may be like a big person. I have no idea who's big or not, but everybody we have in the chat, let's go through a couple celebrations that I saw this week that I want to call out. Grim Flips. Hopefully everybody's heard of Grim. Grim Flips is amazing out there. Grim Flips hit 50 subs on YouTube this week, which is awesome. Youngblood, who we have in the chat, congratulations, Youngblood. You hit 200 subs just yesterday. That was amazing. Just Old Bap is celebrating having hit 1,000 subs, which is cool. And as you guys are noting in the chat, really cool that I hit 100 subs. When I started putting videos out here, I didn't figure that anybody would subscribe to me. And the fact that I have 100 people that are, at least able to go out and grab my stuff if they see it, that's really cool. The other thing that I wanted to note, and I kind of called out earlier, and I will for the larger audience now that we have more people here, is, and you guys let me know, is this a new thing that I'm seeing, or have I just not noticed it and this has just been? Have you guys been seeing a lot of Balisong streaming in the last week where it wasn't there, in the last month? What I mean by that is I'm going to list out a couple of people that I have been seeing live streaming this last week or the last week and a half. And it's absolutely amazing. So Ghost Flipping, who is back, and live streaming is Ghost Flipping's MO, so that makes sense. But Ghost Flipping's been doing it. Ghost Bally's, who we have in the chat, or at least have had in the chat, Ghost Bally's is doing it. Hamster Balisong has been doing some streams, and those have been interesting. I guess he had some Germans drop in on his stream, so go check that out for a good laugh. Grim Flips, as we noted, having hit her 50 subs. She has also been streaming a couple times live this week. Like in Blades, I was able to drop in on a stream of theirs yesterday. That was awesome. Youngblood, I don't remember if I saw you stream this week or not, but Youngblood's been streaming. Spark Flips has been streaming. And then obviously Samuel streams. So it's just, is it just me, or is all of a sudden the Balisong community is running out there streaming, trying to get as much attention as possible? Not in a bad way, in a really, really good way. Like, I love the fact that I can stream. I love the fact that all I have to do is put up a couple of talking points, and then just like I've said it a bunch of times, these things are so cool because I'm just hanging out with a bunch of friends, talking whatever's on my mind. You guys are letting me know kind of the direction that the conversation is going to go. And I'm so sorry I'm doing it again. I'm talking. I'm having a good time. I'm geeking out with the community. I'm not flipping. We'll get back to flipping. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. So I think I left off with Shroom. Tony is your homie. You're messing with him. Fair. Shroom Flip says, Scott, you're very slay. I appreciate that. I do my best. Honestly, I keep saying it at the end of every stream. I go back and I watch it because I'm sure that it's going to be beyond cringy, and then I'm going to delete it. And it's almost like I don't recognize who I'm seeing because the guy that I'm watching is so charismatic and animated, and I don't feel that I am charismatic and animated. So it's really cool that I'm doing this. It's very out of character for me. Youngblood says, "Oh, thanks. Absolutely. I've said it before. I'm going to start all of my streams with call outs. You know, who am I watching? Who are you guys seeing? What else is happening in the community that's worth calling out and getting some attention on?" Let's see. Frickin' dropped my phone. That's a bummer. Just now and landed on your face and it hurt. And if that's the case, I apologize. Or like dropped it seriously and it's broken now. If so, that also really sucks. Tony says, I mean, Ghost came back and has been streaming a lot again. Yep. But again, from what I've seen at least, and again, it might just be because because I've been streaming, YouTube is pushing the content to me, but I've seen a lot of people stream and it's pretty cool. Let's see. My boy Sparky streamed. That's right, Youngblood. Shroom Flip says, I need to start streaming again. If you do, I'll watch. I When I get bored, the first thing I do is look for Balisong content, and I get super excited if that Balisong content is going to be streaming because that means I can hop in chat and it's active dialogue. I'm a big fan of active dialogue because I like getting to know people. I like it's not just people. I like learning things. And that's I used to flip through hobbies like mad. The fact that I'm sticking with Balisong flipping is actually interesting, but is specifically tied to the community because me flipping and becoming a part of this community has really been it's more than a hobby. It's more than a fidget thing. It's actually become a dynamic in my life, and it's really cool. You guys are my friends, and it's awesome. Youngblood says, I didn't stream this week, but should be today. Awesome. If you stream today, I will definitely watch it. My streams are so LWKJS chillin'. I'm not good with acronyms, but I'm gonna guess that what you're saying is your streams are so freaking awesome to tune into and hang out with you because that is in fact the case. Mystic streams are cool because they flip quite casually. I'm gonna have to check out Mystic. I keep hearing about that. That's very very real. The content switch being flipped. Okay, cool. Good to know that I'm not just making this stuff up, Jack. I appreciate your confirmation in what I'm seeing. Youngblood says, oh yeah, Mystic has been streaming. Love his. I need to find Mystic, apparently. I don't know said Mystic. I've not stumbled across them yet. Exactly. I love having a conversation rather than talking to a camera. Same. Coupled with the fact that with my videos, at least, I'm noticing like I don't get very many comments on my stuff, which is fine. Um, but most of my stuff is more like the videos are tend to try to be more inspirational, which isn't really a get comments back, except sometimes I'll get a hey, that was I needed to hear that or something, which is cool. So Mystic is a crazy flipper. I'm aware that people flip and have friends, but online community on YouTube is jive. Mystic is pretty good. Okay, definitely gonna have to check out Mystic. Cool. Out of curiosity, okay, so I kind of listed out, hey, these are the celebrations that I've seen with Grim Flips, Youngblood, Just Old Bat, myself. What else are you guys seeing? Any big news out in the community that's super exciting? Everybody keeps asking me about my opinion on the Orion V2, but the thing I'm more excited about is the fact that LDY is teasing the successor of this bad boy right here, the Kite AL, with photos of the Kite AL 1.5. Anybody who knows that my absolute favorite flipper is the LDY Orion S with comb blade specifically, but LDY Orion S is my favorite. and I prefer that over the LDY Orion 1.5 any day of the week. So the idea that they're going to update the Orion 1.5 to be Orion 2 that will dethrone for me the S is slim to none. But these two are so similar in balance and feel in my hand, that them updating this may dethrone based on the way that they are updating it. So not only do you have the replaceable scales, but they're opening it up so we're going to have adjustable weight in the handles. They're also adding speed channels and channels underneath the scales. So this thing is going to be ringy as all get out. And that's the one I'm excited about. I'm excited about the Orion or the Kite AL 1.5 to come out because that for me may in fact dethrone my obsession with the Orion S comb blade. Chat, what do we got? Mystic is okay. Jack Pyro says, I'm hyped for the new Orion and the Kite. Can't wait for them to send them to me. Agreed. Again, my thing with the Orion, I'm glad that they're doing it. I love seeing new knives out there and everything coming out by LDY. I love. I haven't flipped anything by LDY that doesn't do what it's supposed to and feel well in my hand. That said, I've only flipped the Kite AL and the other one I have, Orion S. No, I'm sorry, now I have three and the Orion 1.5. But they're just, I mean, they're solid. And it sounds like everybody else says so too. Youngblood says, might pick up a new Orion. Probably won't the Kite though. Fair. New Orion, not going to have enough body weight. You don't think so? Okay. Um, Tony, do you love yourself a heavy boy then, by way of flippers? I can't remember. If I recall correctly, on your collection review, it sounded like you make blades or you do some sort of machining and stuff yourself. As someone who gets into that area of the hobby, out of curiosity, what is your preferred weight setup? Do you like yourself a heavy Balisong, or do you like light stuff, or do you like a range all over the place? Myself, I like a heavy Balisong, which is why I've screwed up all my Balisongs and took out all the weights so everything is light because I feel that there's benefit in me learning how to flip um, something lighter. Um, you don't do machining, China does. You just design it. Yeah, you like 4.1 to 4.5 mostly, and lots of end weight. Okay, fair, fair. Okay, Jack Pyro says the Orion S is such a different experience compared to the normal sandwich Orion. Got a little more handle weight compared to the sandwich version. Okay, okay. Um, I hope the new Kite is a little thinner. I don't mind a thicker handle. The one thing that I will say though, because again, and it's probably, if I had to guess, I would say the reason why the Orion S is my gold standard versus the Kite is the fact that the Orion S has the octagonal handles. So they're not too blocky, and each of the corners is shaved down. So it allows for the grip where you need it, and to hold steady, when you're pinching it. But because it's octagonal, it also allows for a roll very, very easily. Whereas with the Kite, it's got these corners. They're offset a little bit, and the issue is lessened a little bit because the scales kind of taper down towards that. But it's a square or a squircle. You have corners here, whereas you don't have corners with the Orion S. So if they end up making, and it looks like they're making that type of update with the Kite AL, 1.5. So all of that long drawn out stuff to say, Jack Pyro, I agree. I am looking forward to the kite. Let's see. Handle weight is peak. Jack Pyro says, I definitely don't mind thicker bally's, but I feel the potential for the kite to be a fantastic uh, competitively viable flipper, and the thickness makes some tricks a little weird. All right. And I I appreciate that insight from someone who does those competitions. That is quality insight. Also, it's rounding versus chamfers. The kite is rounded. Orion has chamfers. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Okay. Um, let's figure out where I left off topic wise. So again, we're talking, flipping behind closed doors, not putting your stuff out there. Um, let's see. That's the thing I love about the Balisong community, though. Honestly, it's funny. We're talking Bally's right now. We're talking, what LDY is putting out, what the designs look like. But the more I'm interacting with the community, the more I'm realizing that the Balisong community, while it is obviously about knives, it's not about knives. It's not about the flipper. It's about the flipper, if that makes sense. It's about the person holding the knife, not the flipper itself. The flipping itself is the person's art form, right? The balisong itself is their tool. So it's not about the tool, and it's not about the art form. It's about the flipper. And as far as I'm concerned, that's how I view. It's just a balisong. It all depends. I mean, it is what it needs to be for you. So for you, if it's just a balisong, cool. For me, this isn't flipping for me. This is the community, and so for me, it's the people. It's the one holding on to the balisong. Let's see. If you yeah, anyway, so if you have community, if you have, somebody else, if you have that um that feel of connection, you are, whether you're putting your content out there or not, you are part of the community, just simply in being, and that's a win. That's, if you haven't recently had a win, if you're struggling, if you're having one of those off days, off weeks, but you're out here and you have people that you have to talk to and connect with and interact with while enjoying something like balisongs, celebrate that win. You're doing good. You're living the dream as far as I'm concerned. If you're not putting your stuff out there, if you're not feeling like you are being seen, please reach out to me. My big thing is just supporting everybody. So I don't say, hey, if you see my stuff, let me know and I'll subscribe to you, because I low key want people to, find my content that way. Legitimately, I am an old man that had a midlife crisis and came out of it wanting nothing more than to find someone else to help support, because I know there are people out there that need help. So, let's see. So yeah, if you are posting, I'm great. I'm happy that there's more content out there. You guys are awesome. If you're not posting, I'm excited for you guys too. You're still improving. You're still flipping. You're still getting better. You don't have to show somebody else that you're improving. You don't owe anyone proof of your growth. So trying to figure out what makes you and your flipping unique, and how you want to interact with the community, be it posting shorts, be it live streaming, be it sitting quietly and just interacting in the chats. However it is that you figure out your place in this balisong community, you guys are doing it right. And you guys, I can't say enough how much I appreciate the positive response that I have gotten thus far from everybody. So this is by far a really cool community to be in. Um, let's see. I think I'm actually getting towards the end of it. Let's catch up in chat. Let's see if we're gonna to wrap things up. We'll see. We got respect. Thank you. Positive vibes are appreciated. Awesome. That's my thing. Posting is good for yourself too, though. It's good to keep track of your progress, and it's good motivation to improve. It makes better clips. At least personally, that's how you see it. It's also good because I'll have cool tricks recorded so I don't forget. Agreed. I can't tell you how many times I've looked back at my some of my very, very, very first shorts, and I'm like, I don't remember ever learning how to do that thing, that sequence of moves that I'm watching my hands do, and I have to relearn it. Um, just simply because, out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, going back and watching your stuff from a progression perspective, it really, really does help drive home the fact that whether you're posting your stuff, whether you're recording it just for your own observation and watching that needle of improvement move. Going back later and watching the old stuff is really good. It's nice and motivating with regards to seeing that you are really improving. Because when you flip every day, when you always have a belly with you, it is really hard to see that incremental progress unless you're really trying to drill one trick, and then when you land it, obviously you can see that. But if, like me, my big thing right now is working on the Z choker. So I find myself doing that, just again and again and again. Before, I couldn't even get this thing twisting when I let the handle drop. I would just, I was broken. But I just kept doing that again and again and again, and now I have that consistently. I don't have the Z choker to ice pick consistently, but it's just that incremental stuff you don't really notice. But if you have something to reference back to, I look back at my I just learned to chaplain video, and it is so painful to watch because I'm you can see me going like this in the head mounted video. I'm so excited, and what I'm doing essentially is like one, two, three, drop, and I'm super excited because I got it around three times, which was big. That was a win for me. I was really excited, and it is good to be able to see, look back and look at those videos and chuckle to myself by how excited I was. But that is another key aspect to recording your stuff, whether you post it or not, is just being able to go back and have that proof that you are improving. But going back to the message of today's chat, it really is, you can have progress without proof. It doesn't matter how you're flipping, so long as you're flipping, you're doing it right. So that takes me to the end of my talking points. It seems like the chat has quieted down. I'll give it a couple minutes if you guys want to keep watching and turn this from a informational, positive talk thing, and instead want to keep it going in the chat, just BSing around. Uh, Start blowing up the chat, and we can keep going. If you guys do decide you want to keep it quiet in the chat, we can start running this down. But either way, I've said it a bunch. I'll keep saying it. Thank you for everybody who's come out here and hung out with me. A lot of you guys have been hanging out with me the entire hour plus that I've been streaming, on top of the 45 minutes before this stream actually started, where I was attempting to stream and it didn't work out. So everybody who's been sticking around with me, I do appreciate it. What do we got in the chat? Reef Blip says slow progress. Yeah, but slow progress is still progress. That's the thing that I say on the golf course when I go golfing is so long as you're getting closer to whatever, in the case of golf, closer to the hole, you're good. So long as you don't hit a tree that sends the ball 15 yards behind you, you're improving, and that's really all that you can do. I do have to dip, unfortunately, but it was fun chilling out. See you later, Scott. See you later, Jack Pyro. I thank you for making the time and hanging out with me today. You are goat, my friend. Let's see. Tony says, why we praying for Balisong Traveler? Uh, See you around, Jack. We are not praying for Balisong Traveler. Did somebody put something in in the chat that I'm not seeing that's praying. Either way. Um, all right. So yeah, I'm a little over an hour. I've gone over all of my talking points. We don't have a whole lot going on in the chat, which is totally fine. Thanks everybody for making it out. I really appreciate it. I am going to wrap up this stream. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.